4 construction pros from ConExpo 2017 right here live at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And folks, I'd like you to now meet Brian Turmaill, who's the spokesman for AGC. Welcome aboard.
Roger, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
See you again.
Absolutely, always great to be here.
Well, Brian and I have corresponded for quite some time now, and Brian is focused on the workforce problems in this country and what's being done to resolve some of these. And he has taken on a major project as part of the AGC, and that is to find solutions to this, and that is through community colleges and high schools. And you have a massive project on your hands.
That's absolutely right. And first of all, I mean, I guess I'm preaching to the choir, but our members tell us that the single thing they worry about more than anything else is the lack of qualified workers.
Right.
We essentially dismantled our what was called a vocational education system in this country over the last 30 years, and now we're living a little bit, to paraphrase Willie Nelson, it's an environment where mamas don't want their babies to work, work in construction, and we're trying to rebuild that pipeline, I think for 2 reasons. One, so you prepare students with those construction skills so you can show up on a job site, you can know what you're doing, you can have a basic concept of how to operate equipment like this, and most importantly, that you can be safe around others and to yourself. But the other reason you want those programs at the high school level and in the community colleges is because it sends a message to students that construction is a career path. It's one of the menu of options. And in fact, as we all know, it's a really high-paying, successful career opportunity for many students. It pays 10% more than the average non-farm job. And if you're like me and you get antsy quickly, you're doing something different every day and doing really cool things. So what we're doing is we're working to try and increase the number of career and technical programs at the high school level and in community colleges. And it's a big, you're right, it's a big job.
Is it a win-win or a partial win, or how do you go about this?
Well, the answer is yes. You go about it every way you can think of, from taking advantage of our team of lobbyists at the federal level to push for more Perkins Act funding. We've been pushing to make Pell Grants, the federal Pell Grants that are available for colleges. Why can't they be available for students who want to go to a non-traditional college, to go to a 2-year community college or a career and technical college, as opposed to just a 4-year institution? That doesn't make sense to us, and there's a lot of sympathy on Capitol Hill, because members of Congress, they've got constituents who are graduating from 4-year college programs, and they're looking for a job. They can't find one in an office.
Exactly.
They got a lot of college debt. And then at the same time, these same members of Congress have our guys coming in and saying, Congressman, I can't find workers, we gotta do something about it. So we're seeing some progress. And I'll give you one quick example. State of Kansas recently changed their community college program so that if you're a high school student, and you go to high school in a school that doesn't have a career and technical program, and you want to scratch that itch, you want to learn about construction, you can go free of charge to a community college or technical college in Kansas and take their programs.
Oh, really?
And you get high school credit for it. And so you solve 2 problems at once. One, you've just instantly created a career and technical program for high school students. And 2, you're filling seats at some of these programs, great ones, and I'll give a shout out to Washburn Tech in Topeka, Kansas, that's just got a phenomenal program. And that they've actually partnered with, if I can name drop, with Case, who's provided them with a ton of construction equipment, and they've got a heavy diesel program in there. And by the way, the facility, you could eat your breakfast if you wanted to off the floor in that facility. It's beautiful. But they're teaching the next generation of construction equipment mechanics at that program.
This is what I was referring to. We need more and more and more of this.
That's absolutely right, and we're pushing at every level. We've got our 92 chapters are out there every day around the country. You're going to their city councils, going to their county councils, going to the state legislators. Here in Nevada, our Nevada Contractors Association spent yesterday up in Carson City. Among the things they were talking about to legislators is we need to create those construction training opportunities at the high school level and at the college level. And Washington is always the last one to get in on the joke. But at the state level and at the county and city level, we see this tremendous appetite. And in fact, up in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon, our chapter was run in a charter school, and they ultimately were able to shift it because all the school districts that the charter school was serving set up their own career and technical education programs. They were so successful, they succeeded themselves out of running one charter school, in exchange for which we got 20, 30 programs that teach these skills.
So the thing is, can we do this at the federal level instead of going piecemeal across each state, county by county, whatever, to get these schools up and operating? Can we do this at the federal level, like you say, with a Pell Grant or Perkins Grant or whatever, and get the funding up and operational? Can we do that? Can that happen?
Well,
is that a potential?
Absolutely. It's always, anything's possible in
Okay.
Washington, and nothing's possible in Washington. No, anything is possible in Washington. We think we can, and what we've done is, after now President Trump was elected,
right.
He's talked a lot about infrastructure.
Absolutely.
And that's wonderful, and our guys are really excited about that.
Right.
But we went to his transition team, and we've gone to his administration now,
okay.
and said, look, you got this infrastructure plan. We've got a lot of suggestions for you for how you can
right.
pay for it and how you can make it work and how you could cut back that red tape that's
right.
slowing down a lot of projects. But we've also said, you want to make sure that the people who voted for you, that your citizens are getting the construction jobs that would be created from these new infrastructure investments. So we've laid out a series of recommendations for the Trump administration, the transition team, and now the administration, and for Congress on boost funding for Perkins Act, which funds career and technical education
right.
programs, change the Pell Grant, make it easier for local school districts to set up charter schools or construction career academies, and at the same time, change your antitrust laws. This is something that we think is a particularly attractive idea. Change your antitrust laws so that if you're in, let's pick on a market, let's say you're in Little Rock, and you 20 construction firms in the market want to set up an agreement that, hey, all 20 of us, we're going to throw money into a single pot, and we're going to set up the Little Rock Construction Institute.
Okay.
And then we train folks, and then all 20 of us get dibs on the students coming out of there. Right now, if you did that, you would go to jail for an antitrust violation. You can't collude like that. You can do it in a union market because you're working with a second party.
Right.
That's the hiring hall, right?
Right.
The apprenticeship program goes in the hiring hall. Well, why can't you do that in an open market country or a community? We've got something like 87% of construction workers choose not to be represented by a union. So let's find the equivalent apprenticeship-style training program and make it legal and encourage folks. And the government doesn't have to spend any money. They just need to change the antitrust law, and then we can set up these programs ourselves. Because we know contractors, they don't want to wait for someone else to fix their problem. They want to fix the problem themselves.
That's exactly right.
They build things every day. They can build a solution here.
That's why we're raising the issue and hopefully bringing the message to everybody that's out there watching our presentation here on 4 Construction Pros, so they get an idea of where we're at and what the possibilities are. And you never know, maybe somebody's got enough moxie to work on their congressman and say, this is what we need. We got to get together with AGC and the other groups that are out there and get this thing funded.
That's absolutely right. And the good news is there are a lot of groups, not just in construction, who are very interested in provoking this conversation about rethinking the kind of messages we send to our students about
right.
what's the path to success.
Right.
Our basic idea is this. We should tell students that there's more than one path to success in
right.
life. And yes, college is a great one. Look, I went to college. I like to think things are going well for me. I'm okay.
Right.
But if college doesn't seem right, or if you couldn't figure out trigonometry on a dry erase board,
right.
that doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. There are other paths to success.
Exactly right.
And let's just tell kids and give them the choice.
Right.
They're pretty smart. They're going to figure out the path they want to
Exactly
follow.
right. And a lot of them don't understand that all the technology and telematics and analytics and everything else that's in construction today, it's embedded in it, it's part of its whole nomenclature, and it's not always a rock and a shovel and a pick.
That's right. We tell folks, you're as likely to carry an iPad as you are a hammer in construction these
right.
days, or you operate a drone, or you're working on the building information modeling technology, or you're right. You're programming in the coordinates and sending the construction equipment in the right direction, or you're holding a $20,000 stick that's got some kind of scanner on the top of it. It's a fascinating industry, and what I don't think is widely appreciated is all the changes that are taking place almost before our eyes.
Right.
In first, how much less time it takes before you start turning dirt to get ready to build, and then even in the way we build things, it may, if you watch it from across the street,
right.
look similar. You got people in hard hats, you got yellow, beautiful yellow equipment, but everything else about it is changing quickly.
So rapidly, so
And
rapidly.
10 years from now, or maybe less, we're going to look back and think, wow, we just went through one of the biggest transformations in construction since the creation of steam-powered equipment.
Absolutely.
It's exciting times.
Well, you bring a heck of a message to these people, and I'm so happy that you took time out of an extremely busy schedule to stop by and talk to us. It's just, to me, it's been a great pleasure, and it's always nice to see you.
We would never miss you guys. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Always happy to chat.
Brian Turmaill, spokesman for AGC, and what a message he brings. Workforce can be solved, it can be resolved. Right here, ConExpo 2017.